Okay, I just turned the breaker off. I know which breaker it is. The power is not on. The green light, the continuous green light is not on. This is a battery backup with hardwired 10-year lithium smoke alarm. So every once in a while, if you were to stare at that, eventually the green light's going to blink. And that's because even though the power's off, the battery takes over now. Okay, so if you happen to see that, you'll know. Another way you can figure out, you can take the wire nuts off and you can take your electrical tester up there just to make sure. If you're not 100% sure, yeah, I think it's the second one to the bottom at the left, and maybe it's the third one to the bottom at the left in your electrical sub panel. And you thought you had turned the right one off, you weren't paying attention, you go up there and you start working and these wires bite you because they're still on. We don't want that, okay? So double check, make sure your power's off. I never like to show people how to do things with the power on. Just because you're not an electrician, does that mean you can't install your ceiling fan? No. That's why I'm going step by step with you. Have you seen anything I've done yet that you think you couldn't do? I didn't think so. And I'm going to continue showing you different things on how to get it up there and how to get it attached properly and all that kind of stuff, so that you can feel confident in knowing, hey, Video Joe is just an average Joe. If he can install a ceiling fan, so can I. Okay. And here's the other thing. If you can install one ceiling fan, even though all ceiling fans are not created equal, okay? You read the directions on one, I feel I got 100% confidence in you in thinking that I think you can install another one, even if it's not the same Fanimation airdrop 52-inch ceiling fan like this one. Okay? And if that is the case, guess what? Most houses nowadays have ceiling fans. Lots of the houses I've gone to, there's a ceiling fan in each bedroom, or there's a ceiling fan out in the living room, or there's a ceiling fan in the study, or there's a ceiling fan somewhere. And so, you know, chances are your house, if you got one ceiling fan, chances are you got 2 or 3 ceiling fans. And if they're 40 years old and you were thinking about replacing them, yeah, I'm gonna have to call an electrician. I can't do that. I don't know how to do that. Well, put your mind at rest. If you can install one, chances are you can install them all. Okay, and if an electrician were to install a ceiling fan for you, who knows? You talk to 10 electricians, you're going to get 10 different prices. Especially if you don't have any power up there. Especially if he doesn't even know or has the idea of fishing a wire from your smoke alarm over here to your ceiling fan, and then he wants to talk you into having him cut in a new light switch over here, putting power there, cutting your drywall out of the wall, cutting it through the ceiling because there's no attic above. Or if you do have an attic, he's got to go up there, drill some holes through the top plate, fish a wire down to your new wall outlet, put in a 2-gang box to get your electrical in there, put your new switch in, your existing switch back, putting it up there, going up into the attic, crawling around, coming back down. No wonder he's going to charge $800 or $900 or more. You know, or maybe he only charge, well, I'll give you a break, I'll just charge you $300. Take your old ceiling fan down and install your new ceiling fan. I have no idea. Maybe it's $450 nowadays. Who knows? But just think about it. If you can install one yourself and you got 3 or 4, times that, or if you just have one other one, times that by 2 of the savings that you can do. And if you're anybody like me, you know, I go over to my mother's house and I installed all her ceiling fans. I went over to someplace else and installed some ceiling fans. I did some work in some condos and installed some ceiling fans for some friends. You can do that for a friend of yours, or for your parents, or for your brother or sister, or a church member or something like that. Oh yeah, I know how to put a ceiling fan up. I'll put your ceiling fan up for you, no problem. You know, all those types of things just by learning through these video courses that I'm sharing with you, you know, and that's why I encourage you to watch more than one. If I have more than one available for you, watch them all, because I'll give you different suggestions, especially if you've got an existing ceiling fan. Let's say it's an old one And let's say your previous the electrician 50 years ago ran his power to the ceiling fan location, then ran another set of wires, white one and a black one, down to the switch, back up to the switch to the ceiling fan, and then all the power was made up there so that he could run his power over to another light fixture, to another ceiling fan, to another light fixture. And that could be the case. So I don't know what your existing conditions are. If you have something like that, obviously you've got to turn your breakers off before you even start taking your old ceiling fan down. Because whenever I wire something, I always like to wire and get the power to the wall switches first for light fixtures and ceiling fans. Then I'll bring the power up to a ceiling fan, to a light fixture, so that when I turn the wall switch off, the power is off to up there. Even some people still frown on that. Hey Joe, even though you got your light switch turned off and your power's coming from your light switch up to here and you only have a black and white wire up there, some guys will stress to the fact that even though your black wire, your hot wire, is turned off by your light switch, your white wire is still a neutral wire that's connected to your neutral system for your entire electrical system, and your wall switch does not control your white wire. All your whites are attached behind your light switches. You know, if you look at a white light switch, you only have a black and a black, a power for your light switch and a power to go up to your light or your ceiling fan. You see what I mean? So I can't control what you have and what you don't have in your place. Okay? So that could stump you a little bit if you run into that, and if you're not knowledgeable enough to get that figured out. But I would stress to the fact that no matter what it is, before you take your old ceiling fan down, if you got an old ceiling fan, and if your ceiling fan's working, have your ceiling fan on and start looking in your electrical sub panel. Turn the breaker off. You may have to flip a few different 15 amp or 20 or 15 amp or 20 amp circuit breakers. Generally they're on a 15 amp breaker, but I don't know how your house was wired. Okay, most of the time light fixtures and ceiling fans are on a 15 amp breaker. So if you got 15 amp breakers and 20 amp breakers, start going one 15 amp breaker at a time. Read your panel schedule and bedrooms. Not kitchen area, but living room, guest room, study. You know, chances are it's going to be on a bedroom circuit or something like that, or a study, guest room, something like that. And find your breaker, turn your breaker off to make sure your ceiling fan is off. That way, if the power is up there at the light fixture, at the ceiling fan fixture, you're fine. If you got a wall switch that goes up to control your ceiling fan, it doesn't matter if your power's over there, if your power's over here. Then you can take your ceiling fan down. You can look at how they had done their wiring so that you got it figured out. So before you install a new ceiling fan, you've got all that stuff figured out. Because on lots of ceiling fans nowadays, they come with the handheld remote. And with the handheld remote, I wasn't going to start talking about this yet, but since I got you all jazzed and thinking you're going to hook up your other stuff. You see, your handheld remote controls this sensor. See? Here, they even give you a little wire nuts for that too, so that's good. I've got little orange wire nuts for that and some other orange wire nuts for the others. So, and then you might think, how on earth am I going to figure all this stuff out? Well, you just start reading on these, and one it probably is going to be like this. Okay, on your ceiling fans, you remember we got a white, black, and blue wire, right? White, black, and blue. Now look at this. Here on this side is white, black, and blue, and here's just a white and black, right? What do you suppose goes to your ceiling fan wires? Yes, these three right here. The white, black, and blue on this side. And there's little things written on here. You can look at these and see what it says. This one says 2 motor right there. It says, it's hard to read it. And this will say for light. This is for light, okay? And this is man, I'm having 2 motor, okay? That means your ceiling fan. Black, red, the black, blue, and the white. What do you suppose these are for? This is for your actual power that is up in your ceiling junction box. You know, your black wire and your white wire. That's what these wires are going to be connected to. The only 2 wires that get hooked up to your junction box up there is your black and your white wire. Can you believe that? That's it. This thing here is an antenna. You don't have to worry about anything for that. We just have to kind of have that pooched out in the right position and all that. So black, red, and blue go to your ceiling fan. Black, red, and blue. And remember, we've got some ground wires. We've got a ground wire on the knuckle. And we got a ground wire on that wall bracket. We also have a ground wire up in the junction box, that metal pancake box. I've already shown you how to install that wire and the ground screw. I've wrapped around the ground wire, left the long wire of the ground wire already up there. So the ground wire up there is going to be connected to those 2 ground wires with a little orange screw. And do you see what I mean? So that's pretty much it. But I'll talk more about this. That's, you know, I don't know how I got onto that, but I'm just kind of jumping around a little bit. All right. So now I was talking about how you're going to hook it up on your own, even if you've never done it before. And I think you can do it all, you know. You just keep watching. You just keep watching. And this is one way of doing it, because I have the power up at the junction box, up in the ceiling. And that power is coming from somewhere else. So I only have 1 set of wires up there, right? I only have a black and a white wire up there and my ground wire. Kind of hard to see, but the black wire, white wire, and a ground bare copper wire. That's it. That's all I have to concern myself about. If there was a wall switch there, chances are you may, if the power was coming from a wall switch to an old ceiling fan, maybe up here, when you take the old ceiling fan down or before you undo the wires, maybe you still see, son of a gun, there's a ground wire up there, there's a white wire up there, and there's a black wire, and that's it. If there's more than that, if there's 2 black wires, 2 white wires, 2 ground wires, that means, or 3 black wires, 3 white wires, 3 ground wires, that means that the electrician, the previous electrician, ran their power to here, used it as a junction box to run power over to another light fixture or a ceiling fan, used that junction box for something else, and then from there they would have taken a set of wires, a black and white wire, and they would have used as travelers, and 1 black wire would have came down to your wall switch, and then the white wire would have came back up to here, and that would have been your power for your actual ceiling fan. We're not doing that, okay? But that's kind of how they do it. The white wire usually is always a neutral wire. In that case, they would be using it for a black wire. It just happens to be white. They should have electrical black tape around it. There at your wall switch, you'll see a white wire and a black wire. That's the only time you'll see a white wire connected to a light switch. Okay, is if they're using it for power to come back up here to a light fixture or a ceiling fan. Okay. Well, I can cross that one off my list. That's all I got for this time. But I'll be back with more videos.